um, 16 mental states can be divided into 8 and 8 for easier remembering. 8 are 4 pairs of something negative and positive. Negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, negative. That's an exception. And we have another 4 pairs, and that is positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. You see? So we have negative positives, about 4 pairs, and and then we have positive, negative, about another 4 pairs. So what are they? Number 1, greed. Greed is the desire to enjoy sensual pleasure at any of the 6 senses. So you can write it down. If you write it down, it's always better. Then number 2 is non-greed. Non-greed has two how to say that? 2 modes. One is the gradual disappearance of greed, and 2 is the intention to give, generosity. So that's non-greed. Then we have hatred. That means the intention to harm somebody must be intention to harm someone else, or intention that someone else is not happy. Number 4, again, has 2 modes, either gradual disappearance of anger or loving kindness. So if in your mind appears the thought, oh, may all beings be happy, well, then you note it, oh, this is loving kindness. The 5th mental state is delusion. Delusion is you don't know what to do, or that you're doing something wrong. This state makes this practice very easy, because whenever you don't know what to note, you just say delusion. So you sit in your meditation posture, you make your determination, you do 1 cycle of muscles, and then you say delusion, 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 delusion. You can stay with delusion all of the 60 minutes. It's totally fine. It's your like fallback on state. So you fall back onto the state whenever you don't know what's going on. And therefore you always know what's going on. So delusion, 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 not knowing what's going on. Then we have non-delusion. That's mindfulness. As soon as you notice, oh, there's mindfulness, yay. So that is non-delusion, number 6. Number 7 is laziness. Laziness is the desire to go to sleep, not to meditate. And here we are talking about the desire to exit from your meditation posture. Number 8, restlessness. So restlessness is of 4 kinds. Number 1, restlessness kind. When you're restless, it means it's very hard for you to stay in a calm posture. You would like to dance or sing, and jump and so on. So that's what I mean. Number 2, restlessness, is that you have a doubt about yourself. Who knows, maybe in my past life I don't have enough parami, I did not give much generous action things and so on. Or maybe I'm just not made to meditation, or maybe I did not really understand, and so on and on. So if you have doubts like this, then that is still the restlessness. Then we have the 3rd one, is doubt about the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. So you could have a doubt. Who knows, maybe the Buddha doesn't know the practice, or maybe the Buddha's teachings is not preserved until today very well, and so on and on. Number 4 is the anger with something not living. So you had in anger, in hatred, you had there anger with something living, the desire that something that some living being is sad or angry or disappointed or experience suffering. Whereas here, it is anger with something not living. For example, you're angry that it's too hot, or angry that it's too cold. So being angry with something not living is non-anger. Is this fourth kind of restlessness. So we have this way four kinds of mental state, four pairs. So that is greed, hate, non-greed, hatred, non-hatred, and then delusion, non-delusion, restlessness, and laziness. All right. Then we have another eight. The first of the eight are related to jhana. So having a jhana of level 1 to 4, and then not having the jhana. And then jhana having of level 5 to 8, and then again not having jhana. Here you can see that jhana is not expected to be attained, and still it is very meritorious. It's very good if you can meditate even though you don't achieve jhana, or if you have somebody at home to take care of and they did not achieve jhana, you can introduce them to this practice. They can practice very carefully, and then when you finish your retreat, your meditation, you can rejoin them and discuss about what they did. So 1 to 4 jhana, 1 to 4 jhana exit. 5 to 8 jhana, 5 to 8 jhana exit. These four states will not be relevant to you, so you actually meditate only on 12 mental states. They're not related to you because you're not going to practice jhana practice. Then we have the concentrated or stabilized mind, and then non-stabilized, not concentrated mind. All right. So then the concentrated mind is the mind which is non-deluded, so mindfulness, but you have power over it, a momentum. The mindfulness is stabilized. Non-concentrated mind is when you don't have it. So the stability of mindfulness is lost. You can see that your mindfulness is poorer and poorer. It's not so good quality. The last two states are liberated and non-liberated. So liberated means that, let's see. Liberated means, okay, actually your time is very good. I can see, that's good. So I may even be able to take some rest. Let me see. So you have liberated. That means you think that you have no more attachment to anything in the world, neither to your body nor to your mind, neither to the body or mind of anyone in the world, nor to anything that's matter or mentality in the world, in any way you think, in any way you imagine, in any way you know. So total detachment from life, from existence. That is called the liberated mind. Then we have the last one, non-liberated mind. That's when you lose this attitude. Okay. So for example, you think, oh, now you feel that you have no attachment anymore. Everything is irrelevant. All these things are impermanent, totally useless. No need to hanker on after them. And then you smell, your favorite food. Oh, wait, maybe that food is an exception. Okay. And then, okay, that's a non-liberated mind. So be very careful. Many people are sufficiently wise and clever to understand that the liberated mind is that's the goal of this practice. All right, but we do not force it. If you force it, it's not real. You need to just watch whatever is the mental state right now happening. So right now, do you have greed, or right now, do you have hatred? What do you have right now? And do not get stuck on a mental state. When you have a mental state, for example, greed, you will have some other mental state applying to this state as an attitude. example, you have greed, and then you have mindfulness. So you're mindful of the greed, right? So if you have, let's say that you have greed. We take it like the moments of arising, passing, greed, and now comes mindfulness. Now, because there is mindfulness, then the greed should not be observed. You observe only the mindfulness. Okay. Then comes restlessness. Well, then you don't observe the mindfulness, you observe the restlessness. So as soon as you notice that there is an attitude to a state, well, then you need to observe the attitude and not the previous state, even though it seems that there are two at the same time. So you're more interested in the new one. What is the new one? What is where did you find out new? So it's not only about yes or no, but it's also about how. How did the state arise here? And is there something new, something else? So you sit down in a meditation posture, you make your determination from now on for 60 minutes. I will meditate on 16 states of minds without any movement. You do one cycle of muscles, and then you just say delusion, 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 delusion. You watch whether there is really delusion or whether there is mindfulness. Delusion, delusion, delusion. Mindfulness, 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 mindfulness. And then let's say you lose the mindfulness, second delusion, delusion, delusion. Then you have there some anger. Oh, anger, 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 anger. Then you notice, oh, you are actually mindful of the anger. Okay, well, then that's mindfulness. So it's mindfulness, 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 mindfulness. You see, you cannot really stay a long time with an unskillful mental state, because I hope that your mindfulness ability will notice it soon enough so that the mindfulness becomes prominent and not the unskillful mental state. Any questions? Manvi and Ahlai, any question?
No, but sometimes I think when I have a delusion, I didn't realize that. Only then I am mindful, then I noticed that I already like deluded in the past. So how can I differentiate that?
I'm not sure I
I'm
understand.
not, yeah. The question is I'm not really noticed that when I'm in a delusion. So
I see. As soon as you don't know very well what's your mental state, then that we will call that delusion. Delusion means, in this case, we take it as not knowing, not being clear. Are you clear? What is the mental state? You don't, so you say delusion. If you're clear, well, then say what is the state that you're clear about.
okay, I see.
And Sati?
So in the 16 mental states, the first 8, the last one is laziness and restlessness. So these are not, they are negative, right?
No, that's an exception to the rule.
That's an exception. And in this practice, first we start with the muscle meditation.
Yes.
And then
The muscle meditation.
And then observe the mental states.
Yes, that's right. You need to make sure that when you come to these practices, your mind is clear and calm. So you do your muscle meditation. If you come to the tips of the toes and you're not calm, well, then you do another cycle and so on. Asoka?
A very quick question, Bhante. Actually, just wanted to know, like, if one can stay at one level of mental state for a longer period of time, like 15th state or 16th state, or is that the ultimate aim?
So you're asking how long time you may need to stay with each mental state?
Can we stay at such a mental state of, like, say, 15th state and 16th state for longer? Or
I see. I do not think this way. You're just exploring and curious what the mind will feed. So whatever is the feed of the mind, whatever the mind presents, you only categorize it as one of the 16 things, or one of 12. So do not aim at anything. If you do, that has some benefits, but I would like to suggest that you don't do it, and instead stay, curious and exploring something that I personally find most successful among yogis. The more curious, the more exploring you are, chances are that you will find something very interesting that will either encourage your practice or it will improve your wisdom.
So in short, it will not lead to cravings, basically. craving of getting into one particular state of mind, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. You should not have any such craving there. You're just curious. You're just watching what will the mind feed you.
Thank you, Bhante.
All right. So because I'm so tired, I would like to take a leave right away, and we will meet again tomorrow. May you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you be successful in everything you do.
Thank you very much, Andy.
Thank you so much, Bhante.